Just want to remind everybody the improved videos start on Monday, and I have some obligations to fulfill. Walmart. You know them, you hate them, you shop there anyway because it's the cheapest stuff, and we all love my cheap stuff. And I'm not hating. I shop at Walmart. Nothing wrong with it. And this is a change that basically we all knew was happening. We all suspected it was happening. But now we have criminal data to support what we all knew. Remember when they installed self-checkout at the first time you saw self-checkout at Walmart and you said to yourself, well, people are definitely going to steal, right? Then you got a little bit older and you thought, you said, oh, well, this is going to go well in the inner city. Well, not only has Walmart rolled back self-checkout now, but the police have shared the data. And I would say ghetto big mad over this one. I do want to make a huge shout out to a product I use and love, and the sponsor of this video beforehand, and that is Aura. If you've ever wondered how scammers, get your phone number or why your inbox is flooded with spam, this is why. There are companies called data brokers that sell your data. They do so without your consent, and they make billions selling it to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. And while they're legally required to remove your information if you ask, they make the process confusing and very difficult on purpose. And while that's why I recommend today's sponsor, Aura, to my family and friends. They've taken care of the hard part, automatically removing your information from these sites and keeping it off. Aura is so much more too, by the way. It's all-in-one digital security. You may already have a digital security tool, but not having Aura is like locking the front door, but leaving your back door open. You get alerts when your personal information is found on the dark web, real-time fraud alerts for credit and banking, 24/7 monitoring to help keep your identity secure, a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager, and much more, US-based support, and if anything does happen, Aura includes $5 million in identity theft. Make sure you give Aura a try. Try their 14-day free trial at aura.com/thequartering. In those 2 weeks, you'll discover where your data is being exposed and sold. I absolutely love the product, and I couldn't be happier with it. So try out your free trial now. You'll be shocked by how much they find. Walmart abruptly shuts down self-checkout permanently, an emergency move. Well, that's a spicy title, isn't it? Walmart removed self-checkout machines from one Missouri location after years of police calls over theft. Police told the Webster Kirkwood Times that they've received significantly less calls about stealing and made far less arrests at Walmart. At the Walmart Supercenter located at 7437 Watson Road in Shrewsbury. This decrease in crime occurred after self-checkouts have been removed last year. I think that they got stuck in this spot where, of course, by the way, this is only really a problem in big cities. I mean, it is a problem, them suburban white ladies do be shoplifting. That is true. It does happen. But it's probably within the calculated risk. So, like, when Walmart installed self-checkout, you knew back when they did it, some bean counter did the math and said, hey, if we install these self-checkouts, this is how much theft is going to increase. Like, we know that they figured that in. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. We know that they figured in, hey, it's going to cost us $100 a day in theft, but we're going to save $400 a day in paying check cash or checkout staff. And boy, I'm really off the rails now. Checkout people. And so they made the decision to do it. So they, in retail, they call it shrink, which is what they call, theft. It occurs, there's internal shrink, which is where most shrink happens. That's theft by employees. Then there's external shrink. So they knew theft was going to be a problem, but what ended up happening is it was way worse than they ever expected. The retail giant, it would be removing self-checkout kiosks at more select stores last year, in Shrewsbury as well as Cleveland, Ohio. Checkout lanes always seem to be a cause for concern among shoppers who find the process is too slow. The news comes as shoppers face fines of thousands of dollars over new cart law. After removing the kiosk last year, police have found that there's been a significant drop in crime. Police Chief Lisa Vargas said it was common for people to bag items that weren't scanned and paid for. From January to May, here's the numbers. From January to May, just this one police department responded to 509 calls from Walmart. For the same time last year, they responded just to 183. So crime's down over 50%. And to be honest, I'm being reminded that it's actually, I can share an anecdote. My Walmart, when Walmart came to my hometown, I used to live in West Bend, Wisconsin. When we got a super Walmart, it was the coolest thing ever. It was clean. They had everything. It was open 24 hours, so I could get baked and go there and buy a bunch of munchies or shop for DVDs from the $5 DVD bin and, have a place to go anytime, hang out. It was awesome. I recently went there, and I would say about a third of the shoppers are, how do I say this? Clearly not from town. Does that make sense? Because they don't want to shop among themselves either. And now that Walmart is dirty, has theft, is getting run down. I don't even let my wife go to that Walmart without me. We still live in the area, but there are closer Walmarts now. They move in, those cities go, they don't want to shop it amongst other people from the city. They drive up to the suburbs and they go to those Walmarts. And they have carts full of carts, full of carts, full of carts. And it's all getting paid for by the U.S. taxpayer. And their kids' diapers are on the ground. Diapers in the parking lot. That's another sign that Walmart has been invaded by people not from town. Anyway, and in terms of arrests, the department made 108 at Walmart last year. This year, they've made just 49. That's a huge change. We really appreciate Walmart taking initiative and removing those self-checkouts, Vargas said. Christopher Andrews, author of The Overworked Consumer Self-Checkouts, Supermarkets, and the Do-It-Yourself Economy, previously said that self-checkouts will be used in the future, to be the future of shopping, but they have under-delivered. He said stores saw this as the next frontier. If they could get to the consumer to think that self-checkout was a preferable way to shop, then they would cut labor costs. I don't know about you, but if you've ever had to do, if you ever done your own grocery shopping, okay, and you like grocery shopping, when you have a cart full of 100 items, self-checkout is the literal worst. I like self-checkout if I got one item, 2 items, I'll run through there. But I'm sorry, I don't work for Walmart. I'm not checking myself out. Like, it's a principle thing. Like, it's a principle thing. Walmart is testing a new checkout method that could possibly overtake self-checkouts one day. Some locations at Sam's Club, the wholesaler owned by Walmart, is implementing scan and go technology, which tallies up customer purchases as they walk through the aisles. It will be all be processed through a specific app, utilizing QR codes and AI to ensure that the customers have accounted for everything, thereby eliminating the need for employees to check receipts. Well, yeah, they're going to know exactly how much your cart should weigh, and they're going to know if you put extra items in that cart. Like that does not surprise me that they would say, hey, that's the future, because I would love to shop that way. I'm not kidding you. I would totally, by the way, I know a lot of people are very worried about it, but I'm totally like, I would get the chip in my brain and I would get the chip in my wrist to like RFID tag when I go in the store, just so, because that's how much I hate shopping. Now, I haven't gone grocery shopping in probably 2 years because my wife does it now. She also knows how much I hate it. But like, I would love that. Put whatever you want in the cart, roll out through the, stop here for a brief second, run your card, walk out the door. That would be amazing. That is not self-checkout. Self-checkout actually sucks. Yeah, they probably just put RFID in the product. They wouldn't weigh the cart. That's correct, actually. And then you can't even if the RFID's in the product, then you couldn't even like shove it under your shirt, walk out the door. So, I mean, this obviously people are calling this racist because, it affects the ability of one particular group of people, to steal. And again, whites steal all the time. But I'll tell you this. This new era of me being a little spicier is kind of moving in. I've never seen a Walmart destroyed by whites. Like, nobody's ever said, boy, this Walmart was really nice before the white people got here. Like, I mean, I'm just saying, nobody has ever said, wow, this store is really nice until the whites moved in. So I'm not sorry because it's just a fact. And everybody who watches this video knows exactly, exactly exactly what I'm talking about. And so, of course, implementing systems that stop theft, that's going to affect certain communities. Again, like I said, white people absolutely shoplift. White trash shoplifts all the time. Positively. Okay? 100%. So just so we're clear, I'm not saying only inner city people shoplift, but they are most of the shoplifters. And what happens is, where I live, they don't do it in their own communities. They drive north. Like, people from Milwaukee have ruined Menomonee Falls. That is an irrefutable fact. As I'm recording this, there's 15,000 people, 20,000 people watching. I don't know if any of you live in my area, but I'm telling you, the Germantown Walmart used to be really nice. Now it's almost exclusively black from the inner city, and it's a total dump. It's a complete dump. It used to be nice, and it took about 3 years for that to happen. It didn't happen over like a 20-year span. They literally put them on the bus line, and that was the beginning of the end. Once Walmart got on the bus line from Milwaukee, that was it. And everybody knows it, and nobody will say it. Well, this is a new era. That Walmart used to be nice. The Walmart in West Bend, which is 10 minutes north of that, 10, 15 minutes north, has also now been infected. It used to be nice. It used to be nice. That Walmart used to be beautiful, well lit. It was older than the Germantown one. And you were like, what's going on here? Why does this look so much better than the Milwaukee one? That was before I figured out what was going on. I was recently there. I looked around. I was like, oh, I get it. Yeah, somebody in chat said, my mom lives in Menomonee. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep. I mean, like, it's probably the same in your city. Once Walmart gets on the bus line, it's over. Don't shop there anymore. It's going to get bad. Now, I'm not saying like people are getting attacked in these Walmarts, but the Walmart turns into a complete dump once it's on the bus line. Sorry, not sorry. It's a fact. You show me one Walmart in the city of Milwaukee that isn't a total dump. Show me one. One. I'm just curious. So now they're not going to have self-checkout. Enjoy.